You guys were like kind of working, the populists were working together, and then January 6th comes along, and we talk about like who let those people into that door, like who hit the magnetic unlock and like let those people walk in from the inside. And now we're seeing, because of January 6th, the populist right and the populist left are at odds. It's like, as if division was sown. By whom? I don't know. But for some reason, because of this event that happened where people were let into that freaking building by some people, now we have congressional division, which didn't seem similar with Occupy Wall Street. We were all there together.
To elaborate on that, talk about the Fedsurrection. You talked about this a year ago, the January 6th.
Well, I mean, we already know, based on the whistleblower interviews that we've done, that there were federal agents and federal assets that were on the ground that day. And what we don't know is the extent to which any of those assets or agents increased the level of criminal acuity, coordinated with one another, or purposefully entrapped folks who were otherwise not wanting to hurt anyone or violate any law in some sort of technical violation of trespassing or crossing some barrier that had existed hours earlier, but that had been taken down. And it's noteworthy to me that it's been the Department of Justice fighting tooth and nail against the release of a lot of the documentary evidence that would answer these questions.
And who is Ray Epps?
Ray Epps is the only person involved in January 6th that Adam Kinzinger will continuously defend. Isn't that something?
And why? I mean, I think a lot of people have assumptions. He's somehow connected with feds, or he maybe testified or something.
Well, I just don't, there's no rational explanation for how this guy is sending out message saying he orchestrated the activity, is at every critical point. He's like the Forrest Gump of the January 6th string of events, right? And then when you're able to isolate the people that are pulled off of the FBI's most wanted lists and the people who, you know, seem to be encouraging others and moving others, that like, it's like Ray Epps did nothing. So they'll go and like raid the home of some like couple in Homer, Alaska, because they think they have Nancy Pelosi's laptop. But this guy who is at the center of the action, it's like nothing to see here. So, you know, I am troubled by the disparate treatment that Epps gets compared to like some, you know, grandmother that wandered past a barricade that then is facing some intense criminal process from DOJ.
I'm concerned that those people in detention are becoming radicalized just by being forgotten and left to rot. Like, do you know what the status is of these people that have been in prison?
Well, we've gotten varying reports on that and not nearly enough information. And a lot of them have been deprived of just like basic civil rights when it comes to the adversarial judicial process. One thing I'm investigating right now is the extent to which the public defenders that were assigned to a lot of these folks like hated them and wanted the book thrown at them and were posting on social media and texting their friends, you know, about the nature of those proceedings. So that's a big area of concern for me, how they were treated in prison and in jail, in the DC jail in particular. I went there, man, it was pretty crazy. I went there and they like locked us out of being able to do an inspection. And that's unprecedented for a member of Congress to not have the ability to inspect a facility that is under the control of the federal government at some level.
Could you go to